Everyone, welcome to a new video from Oceanic Metaphor. We're going today to talk about argumentative essay. What is an argumentative essay? Before moving to the understanding of argumentation and how it works, let us emphasize on the idea that a student of any language must consider the use of the language and the other aspects of narration, style, formats, and content in any given subject. Okay? It means here that we have to put in mind the use of the language. When I'm going to write, I know exactly what I will do, okay? I know exactly what I will do through the use of my language, the grammar, the narration, style. It means that I have to think about my style, how the format, how it is going to be written. And content, it means that the use of the language, the use of the grammar, the use of the sentences inside the writing should be paid attention to. And the content, the idea is how you are going to formulate and organize your essay, the way you use the language. Okay, so it's not so. It's because the use of the language is one of the mental translations and the meaning delivered to the readers in any subject with a purpose. It means because the use of the language is the mental translation. What does it mean by mental translations? It means that when you are writing in a good way, you are transmitting ideas in an explicit way that is going to enter the mind of the reader explicitly, easily, directly, and will achieve the understanding and the meaning delivered to the readers. It means you are delivering the meaning. So when you are explicitly delivering a meaning, the readers are going to understand it and reach the purpose is going to be reached to the mind of the reader. The purpose can be understood through analysis and observation. Okay, we start by analyzing our ideas, put them into analysis. When I say, for example, reality is hard, okay, this is an idea. I should analyze it and make observations. And moreover, we cannot move on with anything in life without understanding. And no matter what the thing is, the need for the understanding is necessary. What does it mean? When you put it into analysis and observation and you're taking care of the use of the language and the mental translation is reaching the reader and the meaning delivered with the purpose is also reaching him. So we can say that the need for the understanding is successfully achieved in here. Let me tell you something. The understanding can be brought up for the individual through observation and thinking. What does it mean in here? Thinking. When you think, when you write, you think. When you think, you're going to write. When I say reality is hard, okay, reality is hard, I have thought about it. It's an idea that came to my mind, and then I'm going to make observations on reality. I'm going to see how it works. Okay, this is illustrations and examples. There is a difference between thinking and examples, between what you think and what you see. Okay, this is very important. You have to put in mind that this is writing. And the understanding must fall logically and pull away from any wrong illogical conclusions. What do we mean fall logically? It means you stick to the context, okay? It means you stick to the topic you are talking about, away from any wrong and illogical conclusions. Don't get out from the topic. Don't make illogical conclusions about other topics, about ideas that you haven't written in your essay, and so on and so forth, that do not serve the needs of a normal brain. And importantly, it must follow the context. It means exactly that's what I'm explaining. It means the ideas, illogical ideas, do not serve the needs of a normal brain. Sometimes the brain of a reader is focused. The mind wants to reach ideas from your writings, and then he doesn't understand anything from what you're doing. This is wrong. This is wrong. Now, if the observations and the real analysis are wrong, As I said, they are wrong in this way. We will result wrong understanding. He will reach wrong understanding. Wrong explanation will be reaching in wrong delivery of information to what we have. It means I'm going to talk about reality is hard, and sadly, I wanted to talk about beauty in my topic. We cannot do that, okay? Explanation is going to be stick to the reality being hard, okay, as a topic. Then if I want to talk about aesthetic, I will put aesthetic inside my topic. I will put the aesthetic inside my topic, okay? Inside my topic. Okay, so you understand, right? What did I mean inside my topic? It means reality is hard, and then you can add relatively, logically, how aesthetic is related to the reality is hard. For example, we want to solve problems. Okay, so I see that everything is different. I see that writing that we can change reality through seeing what is beautiful. All right, great. Now we jump to our topic. An argumentative essay is a type of essay that presents arguments about both sides of an issue. What do we mean by that? It means that when we write argumentative essay, we have side number 1 and side number 2. Side number 1 is different from side number 2, and side number 2 is different from side number 1. Side number 1 is the opposite of side number 2, and both of them, they are going to discuss an issue. Both of them, they are discuss the issue. How they are going to discuss the issue? It means you and I, we are different in the idea. I am going to talk about my point. I'm going to put arguments. You are going to talk about your point that is the opposite of mine, and you are going to put arguments, and we see what idea can be successful in perceiving, okay, the audience. Counter argument, an alternative argument to refute earlier arguments and give way to the actual position. Okay, counter arguments is the arguments that is against an idea, it's against the topic. Let me tell you something. Let me show you how it works. For example, reality is hard. Okay, reality is hard. This is an idea. What is the opposite? Reality is not hard. Okay, reality is not hard. Okay, let us move more and think about counter arguments. In here you say about reality is hard. We live in poverty, not poetry. Reality is not hard. We are having access to money. Now counter argument in here, how it works. Okay, this is the argument, okay, for number 1. Even though I don't like this argument a lot, because I feel like it is illustration more than argument, but just take it as an example. So I'm going to refute this. I'm going to put this counter argument. Okay, I'm going to put this counter argument. How am I going to put it? I'm going to say we are having access to money. I'm going to refute it. I'm going to say wages are so low in my country. After finishing argumentating and saying my argument, I'm going to put a counter argument, okay, a counter argument that is against this. So I'm going to be successful in making this topic, this side, making it look silly, making it look stupid, making it look poor, making it look illogical, making it look like impossible to be existent in this reality. Very good. Do you understand now? Do you understand this? An alternative argument to refute. Do you get this? Refutation? Okay. An argument, what is an argument? Is a reasoned, logical reasoned, logical way of demonstrating that the writer's position, belief, or conclusion is valid. Okay, so when you are valid, it means that you are correct, you are logical, you are put in that argument position as strong, and it means that your idea about some certain topic is valid. It means it's real. So reality is hard, for example, is valid. Now, it is existent. It is existent. It's correct. Okay, it's correct. It means that this argument is a supporter. Okay, yes, you are adding an argument. It means the idea is real on our life. Okay, we have an example. Another example. In English literature, students make claims about the worth or meaning of a literary work. No S. Defending their interpretation with evidence from the text. This is an example. Okay, when you have an English literature class, you enter the class, you talk about a certain topic in literature, for example, a theme or symbol. Okay, in Charles Dickens' book Hard Times, we have Louise or Louisa, one of the main characters in the topic, in the novel. Her symbol is she symbolizes coldness. She symbolizes failure. Okay, how do you support this argument? You bring evidence from the text or from the novel that all her life she lived marrying a man she didn't love, living a life her father wanted her to live, and she didn't make decisions with her mind. That will show her failure. Okay, her failure. She didn't live she didn't succeed in her life as she wanted. She didn't do anything. She was always in her place, not moving, not succeeding. She was following her father's rules and her father's facts and her father's ideas about reality, without imagination, without interfering into real understanding of who we are. Okay, it's one of the saddest characters in the world of literature. In short, arguments seek to make people believe that something is true. Okay, we make people, what do we make them believe? They start not just to be convinced, but start to believe. It means it's more than getting an idea in my mind. It's more than getting an idea in my mind. That's what I believe it is correct. And that's what I believe. I'm going to follow it. I'm going to put it as an idea in my mind. This is going to be a part of my lifestyle. This is going to influence my actions in a way. For example, if you believe in God because you are convinced that God exists, so this is a belief that your life is going to be based on it. This is the purpose of writing, to make people think, to make people believe, to make people understand, especially, and to make them follow what we write and understand, make them a lifestyle, apply them on their reality, or just if it is theoretical, to be one of their main ideas in their mind. And yes, or to persuade people. No, not like that. Okay, we don't have it. It's okay to persuade people to change their idea, beliefs, values. Sometimes, or most of the times, people have different wrong ideas in their mind. They are illogical in the way they see things. They are wrong. And I don't like to use the word wrong a lot when we talk about humanities, because humanities is not 1 + 1 = 2, okay? It's not 1 + 1 = 2. or in humanities it's theories. Okay, so let us say they are more illogical, because logic cannot be correct 100%, but it can be objective. Okay, it can be objective. Logic is objectivity. It means we are stick to the topic. So their ideas and beliefs and values, let us say when we are presenting arguments, we should be logical. As I said in the beginning, arguments are logical. It means their ideas are so going to show that they are out of topics, they are poor, they are not correct, they are not on the way it should be thought about. So this is going to change their beliefs and their values. Sometimes people think that this value is correct, but this value is not correct. You should change it. We put an argument, okay, we put an argument in order to make it look more logical. So let us have some brainstormed ideas about an argumentative essay. Argumentative essay. So what did we talk so far? What did we say? Sorry. Okay. Okay. What have we seen? We seen the argumentation. We have seen the counter argument. And we have seen argumentation, ways and purposes. We are going to move now to the writing, to the one of the most important parts, okay? To the writings. Okay, let's start. An argumentative essay. It is logical. It means that always we stick to the topic, as I have said. It tends to address the ideas. We always bring ideas from our mind. We start from our thinking. Okay, we think of bringing an idea and then we write it down. Okay, reality is hard. I'm not going to write an illustration. I'm not going to write an example. Be careful. An example is not an idea. Make counterclaims for the sake of objectivity. It means that when you have a claim, you make it as a counter argument, but be objective. Stick to your topic. Don't say I. Don't mention something different, and be logical in the way you address the parole that is more objective to the topic. It means it's not fighting your own self. It means it doesn't say I am going to do this, I'm going to do that. We never use the pronoun I when we are going to write an argumentative essay. We are fighting for the idea. We are defending an idea. We are not defending ourselves. We can be different from the idea we are defending. Sometimes you are asked to write about feminism, for example, and you are not a feminist, but you have to defend feminism. So that's what you're gonna do, okay? The analysis and explanation are mandatory. We say mandatory, with an O. Okay, mandatory. Why the analysis and explanation are mandatory? Because when you give an idea, you don't just put it and let it and go home. No, we don't do this. We don't do this in here. So your idea should be analyzed. When you analyze it, you're gonna explain why. Okay? In the analysis, we answer what. In the explanation, we answer why. These are the 2W questions. What is happening in the analysis? What is happening for your idea? What is going? And in explanation, why you choose this idea. Why you are defending this idea. Okay? Why you are giving this argument. Why this argument is so strong and is going to support you. or let us say support the idea. Okay, neutralizes or defeats serious opposing ideas means that when you are defending the idea that is opposite, that means that is in the other side, of yours, the opposite side, you should be serious about it. You should be very strong in the way you write. You should be serious that I'm going to put the other idea down, the other side down. So I am going to write something according to my position, okay, this position of idea, okay, that is going to be strong and going to make it the other look like silly, look like simple, look like poor, look like illogical, look like, okay. And finally, address the audience through the merit and reasonableness of the claims and proofs offered. So always be reasonable. It means don't exaggerate. It means don't use emotions. Sometimes you can write something reasonable. You can write something that make people feel, but it doesn't mean that you use your emotions inside. Okay, you use reason that make people feel. Okay, of the claims and proofs offered, it means the claims, the argumentation, and the proofs through examples and all. Oh, we still have no, which is not there finally. Okay, make counterclaims, as we said up earlier. The refutation. The author takes opposing views into account. You should have views that are opposing. Learn about the opposing ideas, and the counterclaims are going to be destroying the opposing ideas. Finally, offer compares text or ideas to establish a position. This is an analysis. Which means your ideas should through the analysis are going to obtain establish a position. It means that we know you are talking about reality being hard, and you compare the text between different ideas. For example, reality is hard. Let me show you here. For example, a text about reality being hard. Text number one talks about how reality is hard. Text as a work of literature. Okay, for example, this is a text, a work of literature. You can say it's not an end. You can say your mind is thinking of an idea number one. Okay, when it comes to your personal writing, you can use this in the work of literature or in the work of writing, academic writing. Okay, that's it. Then we have text number two. Talks about how reality is hard from another perspective. Be careful, it's not the opposite. It's not the opposite side. Okay, be careful. So you're gonna bring the number one talk with the number one to talk and compare between them and and analyze it. Okay, analyze it very carefully and see how it works on being strong in comparing, in argumentation, in arguing, okay, and shows your side is the strong side. Now we're gonna move to the key terms for argumentation. Okay, the key terms for argumentation. We have argument. What does it mean? A reason or set of reasons given in support of an idea, action, or theory. We explained this earlier. I'm going to move this so fast. So, a reason or a set of reasons. Okay, it means why. Why this reason number one or set of reasons is going to work on strengthening your point of view, your position. Okay, so this is it. So why your position is strong. These reasons are going to show why your position is strong. That is support, in support, okay? That is in support of an idea, as I said, action, okay? Theory, to make them believe, as you said, theories, we're reading theories. Claim, your basic belief about a particular topic, issue, event, or idea. Your basic belief, when I said here your basic belief, it doesn't mean that you're gonna be subjective in the writing. It doesn't mean that you're going to be subjective. Be careful. Your basic belief means the idea being basically believed. Okay? Being basically believed. An example. Reality is hard. An argument. Poverty is everywhere. Here, did I say I believe, I know, I consider poverty being everywhere? Okay, did I say that? Did I do that? Okay, I haven't done that. So this is the basic belief, okay? The basic belief of the idea. That's very important to explain, to understand, sorry. We move. Counterclaim, a solid and reasonable argument that opposes or disagrees with your claims. So counterclaim, as simple as that, is this. As I said, that makes the other look silly, that makes the others looks poor, looks illogical, okay? That's it. Refute, a written or verbal response to a counterclaim. The object of the refutation is to take into account the ideas presented in the counterclaim and explain why they aren't persuasive enough, valid enough, important enough, illogical, inappropriate, or not essential to overweight your own claim. This is a refutation at the same time. This is a refutation at the same time. This is a refutation and a counterclaim. It means that you should show in the other side how we are having access to money is being not existent at all. Okay? Now we move to the final one, support. Your specific fact or your specific fact or specific evidence used to support why your claim is true. Okay, it's going to show it. After knowing what is argumentation and what is an argumentative essay, we move to the practice. So we understood exactly what is argumentation. We understood what is an argumentative essay and what it should hold with the classification. How one can write an argumentative essay? How? We practice all these theoretical ideas. First of all, the student should understand the topic and stick to the context. So you have to understand what you are doing. Okay, understanding the question, understanding the work of literature. Okay, to the context, stick to the context. You want to know what is context meaning? Go to my writing video. I'm going to leave the link in the description and check, okay, about the context. Maybe one day I'm going to make a whole video about the context. So yeah, the understanding and the delivery of the understanding are important in writing. And when you understand what you are doing, you deliver the understanding through your writing, okay, to your reader. And this is very important in writing. How do we deliver the understanding? We deliver it through analysis, we deliver it through explanation. Okay? What is understanding? What is understanding? I have here some explanations given from different dictionaries. So first of all, understanding is the ability to understand something, comprehension. Okay, it is comprehension. Second, understanding is a psychological process related to an abstract or physical object, such as a person, situation, or message, whereby one is able to think about it and use concepts to deal adequately with that object. Understanding is a relation between the knower and an object of understanding. A psychological process, it means it is something about your psychology. It's something that is mindful, okay? And it is a process. We analyze, we explain, we give examples, we go through one point to another, and explanation is the one that is going to achieve the understanding. In finals, we will see that related to an abstract. It is abstract, you don't see it, it's ideas. It is all ideas, all related to each other. Or physical object. Physical object, it means there is something that is physical object. For example, you have a laptop in here, and the laptop, you need to explain the different types of laptops and what these different types of laptops are having inside, how the object is made. Okay, you explain, such as a person explaining a situation, for example, situation, or for example, when someone in the road stops you and tells you from where I can go, and you tell him, this is the way, you go from here, you turn around, you go to the street number, I don't know, 500, and so on and so forth. Or message whereby, it is a message. And this all messages you send to the mind of the reader, and this is it. This is it when we're related to writing. It's the same way what you're doing. You're explaining, you send messages about situations, about objects. You see? Whereby one is able to think about it and use concepts. Okay, we have concepts when it comes. When we concepts, we explain them. We don't factual concepts, we explain concepts, okay? To deal adequately with that object, to deal adequately with that job. Finally, that object we are explaining is adequate. It's adequate for us. Understanding is a relation between the knower, someone who knows, who believes, and an object of understanding. Object of understanding is what you are explaining. Okay, the object of explaining, what you are explaining, the idea you are explaining. For example, as we said, the object is to show the street. Okay, the object in here to show the way to such street. Okay, understanding is a kind of cognitive accomplishment, and the object of understanding, from people to languages to scientific theories to logical proofs, are strongly varied, as this variety suggests debates about the nature and value of understanding occur across philosophy. This is a philosophical explanation about understanding. This is kind of cognitive accomplishment. This cognitive accomplishments means you reach logical assumptions. Okay, when you are accomplishing the success of the writing of the explanation of, okay, and the main when we talk, we are not writing what we are saying, but imagine you explain what you talk. You are writing it down. You're gonna write it down. Okay, it's talk inside your mind. Okay, and the objects of understanding. You see the objects from people to languages. I said the object. Here we have some examples. To scientific theories can be an example, an object. To logical proofs, okay? Are strictly varied. They are varied, as this variety suggests debates about the nature and the value of understanding across philosophies. So here, this variety, what suggests? We have different ideas, debates. So we are debating when we talk. We don't debate when we write. Be careful. Debates is only when we talk. But when we write, okay, we are arguing. We are not debating. Okay, the nature and value of understanding across philosophy. So it becomes philosophical because philosophy, we bring theories, we answer questions and we ask. We answer and we ask. We answer and we ask always. Okay, this is philosophical. So mainly this is understanding. And finally, the understander delivers solid piece of writing and strong ideas. So when you are writing strong ideas, okay, so you will think, okay, then your writings is going to be solid. It means it's going to be in no way debatable, in no way argued, and you're going to succeed. That people are going to go home believe or just feeling like, oh my god, I failed in writing, I failed in arguing, I failed in delivering the essay, and then success comes to you. You're accomplishing this understanding through the explanation and the analysis in your mind. Okay, very good. After understanding the topic, when you understand the topic, when you get the topic in your mind and what it's all about, it is the right time to start the pre-writing. Pre-writing is the first step before writing, because here what you understood is going to be delivered through the solid piece of writing. Then we move to the pre-writing. What is pre-writing? Pre-writing is drafting. It means you bring a piece of paper and you write all the ideas you have in mind, all the ideas. And brainstorming, it means you go as such. Brainstorming, you go as such. Idea number 1, idea number 2, idea number 3, etc., etc. Then when it comes to writing, maybe those 2 ideas are the ones I'm going to put them, and for this one, no, I'm going to omit it. This is pre-writing. This is kind of drafting. It means that you are writing to see all your ideas, and then you're going to choose the most logical one, suitable one. So drafting, when you have a draft, okay, a draft in your hands, it's very important. It's very important to know exactly what to stick to and what to omit. And then you move to what we call outlining. What is outlining? Is the organization of your writing. Your essay is going to be organized. How is it going to be? How it is going to be organized? Let's see. Writing an outline is the most important part in the pre-writing, because it organizes. Okay, it organizes. The thoughts. And what is an outline? An outline allows a writer to categorize the main points, to organize the paragraphs into an order that makes sense, and to make sure that each paragraph idea can be fully developed. Essentially, an outline helps prevent a writer from getting stuck when performing the actual writing of the essay. This is definition number 1 by dictionary, from dictionary. So while outline, what will allow a writer, every writer is an outliner. It's impossible to write without outline. And then when you get used to outlining, you will start to outline everything in your mind. You know, you will start to be professional when you get used to outlining. Remember that outline is the most important element in writing and pre-writing. Okay, to categorize the main points. So we have some main points. Okay, very important, and you're going to organize the paragraphs of this essay into an order that makes sense. You should make sense, and to make sure that each paragraph can be fully developed. This is very important to ideas. It makes sense, it's logical. So you have drafted and everything, then you're going to be outlining. To make sure that each paragraph can be fully developed through the argumentations you are going to put in your outline, through the example you're going to give. We don't explain and analyze in outlining, okay? We don't. We just say we're going to analyze reality is hard and poverty is the reason, one of the reasons, and so on and so forth. Essentially, an outline helps prevent a writer from getting stuck when performing the actual writing of the essay. Exactly. So when you get stuck, be careful you get stuck. So this is the writer mission. This is the writing mission. Okay? So when you have the paper inside of you, you're going to check your outline and see the organization of your ideas, and then, I'm going to write this idea first, I'm going to write this idea second. Okay? An outline is a plan for a summary of a writing project or speech. Outlines are usually in the form of a list divided into headings and subheadings that distinguish main points from supporting points. Most word processors contain an outline features that allows writers to format outlines automatically. An outline may be either informal or formal.